So, who's protected from harassment, sexual harassment, and abusive conduct? Anyone employed by CW Resources. Anyone who applies to an opportunity within the organization. Contractors who are external to CW but hired to provide a service. Volunteers who freely offer to take part in or undertake a task within our agency. And unpaid interns who are non-paid, non-permanent individuals that primarily benefit from the work experience at CW Resources. You can be held personally liable for sexual harassment regardless of whether you know or should have known of the conduct. Workplace sexual misconduct is not limited to a supervisor's mistreatment of subordinates. CW can be held liable for tolerating a hostile work environment created by an employee's peer or a non-employee such as a customer if the supervisor knew or should have known about the offensive work environment but failed to take appropriate remedial action. Additionally, the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that an employer is also liable for sexual harassment by supervisors that result in tangible adverse employment action. An example of this would be a significant change in your employment status, such as termination, failing to promote, reassignment with significantly different responsibilities, or a decision causing a significant change in your benefits. We can also be held liable for harassment by non-supervisory employees or non-employees like independent contractors and customers if we knew or should have known about the harassment and failed to take prompt and appropriate corrective action. Victim blaming occurs when the victim of sexual harassment or any wrongful act is held entirely or partially at fault for the harm they experienced. Examples of such include, but are not limited to, I was just joking. They didn't report it immediately, so it didn't happen. Things are just changing too quickly. I miss the good old days. That's just what we do. I'm just a friendly person. As stated earlier, these are examples of harassers blaming the victim, and believe it or not, these are real cases and excuses received by the HR department. Victim blaming is real and it's wrong. The idea that victims are in any way responsible for the action of the offender is unethical and flat out unacceptable. There are no excuses for sexual harassment.